Okay, what we're going to do here is show how I can find a square in a picture. And what I've done is I've made it so that I can remove any color within a picture, and that way just leave, say, a red square or purple square or whatever color I want, and be able to then get the size of that square, and that tells me the distance away from the camera by measuring the size, and I can do a little map to amount of inches or millimeters to the size of the picture. So here we go. I'm going to go fire this up. This is my code right here. So as soon as it starts, I'm going to grab the schematic, and this is Halauto running, and this is all within Halauto now, which is what I was trying to accomplish, and it took me a few days. Anyway, so here I take a picture, and you can see that this is the beginning picture. This is the process it takes as it does its functions to get to the point where it can read a square. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the square in the front and hit the take the picture again. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move these so that I can keep the square right there, the color of the square, and remove everything else. Now, of course, I can't go that far, so I'm going to go just that far. Now, maybe I can get it a little better even. And there you go. Now, all I got is the square. Now, the way this works is the in-range function in OpenCV. This is the low, and this is the high. And I can even go red, green, and blue, or I can do, saturation and all this kind of stuff right here. This is the way Graphic Artist does it. So there's two ways of doing it. I'm just using red, green, and blue. So now I'm going to start the test again, and rotate it to the point where it can see it. Whoops. Now you can see everything else. There it is. Now I found it. I got the right angle, so I want to make sure that I'm not getting any squares that are not rotated properly. So there it goes. You can see it through all of its function. The first function is, of course, taking a picture up here. The second function is to remove all the colors except that color. And then the next function reduces the size of the picture, and this enhances and then brings it back up, zooms in and zooms out. That helps. This is the canny function. As you can see, the square on it isn't perfect. Well, after you dilate it, which means you kind of double up the widths of everything on there, you can see that it does create a square. And then the last routine looks to see if there's 4 corners and that it's rotated properly, and so it knows, and that it's the same width to height, and that way I have the knowledge of a square. Now I can get the size, and I can get from using the size I can map it to the inches or millimeters away from the camera, and that can tell me how far away I am, and that way I can position my robot. Sounds good to me, right? And I'm down here.